Hello, you fun person who is into tarot and oracle cards. I am so happy that you are here, and I am so happy to be here doing this video. This is a video on the White Light Oracle box set by Alana Fairchild. She's big. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but if you've heard of her, you know who I'm talking about. And this is not so much a flip through. I do have flip throughs for this deck in horizontally recorded for screens like TV and laptops and stuff, and vertically for mobile like cell phones and stuff. In high resolution, like it's high res stuff. So check that out if you just want to check out the cards. If you're just interested in a quick flip through video, this one is going to show the box, the book, take a look at inside the book. We're going to talk about the cards, kind of card stock and stuff like that. So this isn't really like a first impressions because I have opened this deck and worked with this deck just a little bit, but you'll get to see it. Okay, so getting into it, this is the box. Some people apparently like looking at the boxes, so I'm showing the box. This is by Blue Angel as well. Okay, and then standard stuff in the back here. We got a description and some of the cards are showing. And I hope that you can see. Let me see if I can kind of shine a light. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's, what do you call that? The light is reflecting off of the writing on the box, which is really pretty. So nice. And I'm pretty, does it do it here? I think it's only for the front, but I might be wrong. Let me see if I can just put my light down. I think it's going to do it here too. Yep, it's kind of reflecting. Oh yeah, you can see it. I was like, I don't know if you can see that in the video. Yeah, so that's cool. So I'm assuming it's all throughout, like on this side it would be the same thing. Okay, so that's the box. It's, as far as I know from the decks I own, typical Blue Angel box. If you have decks by Blue Angel, you know what I'm talking about. Solid cardboard, top lifts from bottom. It's got the cutouts here where you can grab the box, the inside, right? And then just pull it out, and that's it. So there's your box. Like I said, I've worked with this deck, so I don't think I took anything out of here. I'm pretty sure the cards just go in here like standard Blue Angel stuff, right? The only thing is that these cards would have been wrapped in a plastic, like a little plastic thing or paper to hold them together. But yeah, pretty sure there's nothing else really missing from here. This is the back of the cards, and I will show you the cards in a little bit. I want to talk about the book first, but sneak peek at the back. There you go. Okay, and yeah, nothing inside the box either. So it's just a piece of paper that ended up bending. But that's the inside of the box. Okay, so there you go. This is kind of like olivey colored, olive, I guess. All right, so for the book, this is the book, and this book fits pretty nicely into this box. So it's a pretty big book. As you can see, it's not a pamphlet. It's not like a standard size paper. But if I put a bottle next to it, you can kind of see the size of this book. It's, I can't actually tell if that's aligned because something's in my way, but it's a pretty decent size. Oh, sorry for that shake. It's a pretty decent size. What I want to also say is for the page count, it actually has 221 pages of information for you. Okay, so at the back it does talk about, oh, Nope, what's next on your path? So that's actually something else, 223. So the cards end at 221, but we have a little bit of something at the back here. What's next for you for your sacred path? So that's really cool. I didn't actually check this out. I'm not sure what this is. Hopefully it's maybe some question or something that gets asked for you to reflect on. I'm not really sure. Here's about the author and about the artist section. And then just some of her other work, I guess. And then notes. So you can actually take notes in here if that is something that you would like to do. We have a few pages for note taking. That's considerate. That's pretty cool. Don't think I'll ever use it, but nice. Okay, so the beginning of the book, standard stuff, obviously. We have the contents. So there's that. And then we go into the intro. So we have intro. So the introduction is pretty long. It starts on page 7. And then I guess it ends on page 34. I hope my camera is like focusing. There we go. I think that's better. 34. And then the actual meaning of the cards starts on page 46. So we have quite a bit of information in this book before it gets into the card meanings. So just flipping through the page. Here's the intro. And this is the story of the White Light Oracle. We have that within the intro. There's a few other things. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so the book fits on screen. About rapture, I'm not sure. So like I have to just say this. I'm going to zoom up a little bit so it's clear. I have to say I haven't read this, okay? So I'm not really sure what this is talking about. Can't really comment on it, but there's a lot of information, it seems. Out of ego and into the sacred. So very Alana Fairchild like, with like heavy spiritual concepts. The practical side of rapture, if that's something you're into, you're probably gonna enjoy this or appreciate this aspect. We have anti-rapture crew. And then it goes into ecstasy of the natural kind. This necessity of ecstasy and from blocking to attracting the ecstatic. So that's pretty cool. I should read this, I think. The testing phase. And that's it. So that's the intro. So the intro is really long with all that stuff in there. And then it's how to play with your White Light Oracle. So it's going to go into things like suggested card layouts and healing processes. The process of purification. And then on the next page, we have, like, I guess a suggested layout without pictures. Again, I haven't read this. This is a little bit confusing. I'm not really sure if this is card 1, card 2, and card 3 we're laying it out to look at the process of purification or if those are two separate things. Not really sure. She does though it says like ask the following question for card 1, ask the following for card 2, ask the following for card 3. If you know, like if you've done layouts before and like pulled cards for yourself, like I think you'll be like, yeah, this is standard stuff. If you've never done this before, a layout is basically like picking out, like grabbing a card, 2, 3 cards, or spreading it in a certain position. So each card would have like somewhere it would go. I feel like I'm really not explaining this very well, but basically card 1, card 2, card 3, like the questions you're asking, those will tie into the meaning of the cards. So I think I'm going to stop talking about that because I'm doing a very bad job here. We have a session for sacred surrender next. And then we have another card 1, card 2, card 3 thing going on here. And that's it. So then it goes into the messages of the cards, and it does that for a bunch of pages into 221. So there's got to be, this ends at 44. Very quick, precise math. This has to have like something like 80-ish pages, give or take, just for the meanings of the cards. And there are 44 cards. this is a 44 card deck, okay? So randomly, I just opened it up to card number 21, Seraph of 963 hertz. And so we have a paragraph here, and then moving in to the meaning of the card, flipping the page, we have quite a bit of information here. So I imagine this is kind of like the little paragraph is kind of a summary of what this is, and then it goes into more detail on 3 more pages. And then on the last page, we have a healing process. So that's really cool. So the thing about Alana Fairchild is that she'll do stuff like this. She'll put in like little meditations or like things that you can actually work on depending on the deck you're using, but I think it's really cool. Like you can really do transformational work with her decks, I think, if you feel drawn or if you feel connected to the deck that you're using, of course. But if it's something that you're into, great stuff. Okay, so let's just kind of check out this card, because then we can look at the healing process. So I'm not gonna like read the whole thing, but maybe just the little paragraph here. So it says, practice connecting to the joy that is always deep within you. Pay attention to what brings you exquisite delight. If you don't know what that is, you are guided to experiment and explore. Connecting to the joyful capacity of your heart will heal so much negativity and uncertainty. Let your heart relax. Allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life to manifest its miraculous magic. Wow, that's amazing. I love that. Okay, and then we go into the healing. So I'm skipping these pages, okay, because I don't want to sit here and just basically read on screen. But for the healing practice, I'm just going to look at that. You may like to work with a journal for this exercise. Contemplate and briefly describe several moments when you felt joy, gratitude, vitality, and aliveness. They may be everyday events or a special event or unusual occurrence. As you record your experiences, you might be able to open your heart with gratitude for those experiences. Perhaps you can cultivate a feeling of wonder and appreciation for how marvelous life can be. You might sense your life as precious. When you are ready, say the following aloud. May I connect with my own depth, sincerity, and gratitude for life. May my heart and its depth of love, capacity for awe, and appreciation of mystery be empowered and protected by the light. May I fall in love with the true beauty of my sacred life path, from the universal heart to my heart, to the heart of all beings. May spiritual love and blessing flourish. Okay, and then it's just you have completed your healing process. So that ends that. So that is just an example of one card out of this deck. Again, it goes deep. I have goosebumps. Don't know what to say now. Kind of wondering, should I do another one? I think I'm just gonna search for something actually, because I was flipping the book and something caught my eye and then I just went past it, but I think I want to go back to it actually. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I'm probably going to change my mind and not go into it, but I just want to say I'm not really sure, like, because I haven't read the intro and I guess like of this book, I haven't worked with this deck much. I just have to say that. So it's something that I do want to pick up over time, but it's not a deck that I've consistently worked with. So it is a deck I do need to get to know, but I don't really know exactly what this is like. 369 hertz type of stuff. Like, I think we're talking about energies, like different kinds of energies here. This is going to be a very spiritual deck, like, no doubt. This is so her style. So yeah. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna say. So I just want to say, like, I have another one by her, the Kuan Yin Oracle, and she's got two of them, two Kuan Yin Oracle decks, I think, and I have one of them, and it's very similar to this style. There's so much information in the book. It just goes really deep, really spiritual. Obviously, to each their own. But this is definitely a deck that you can actually, I'm not really even sure if you can just randomly use it for random things, because, like, just kind of get short little message, because these don't even have, like, Tantra of 639. What is that? What is that? Unless you're literally reading the pictures and you're getting intuitive hits from that, what are you going to get from that, right? So you kind of have to get to know the cards. So I guess in that, it's just a very personalized deck. So if you just want to randomly get messages like, have a nice day, or something like, let your heart open and spread your wings and allow the beauty of today to enter your heart, or something, you know, like, this is not the deck for you or for that occasion, okay? So I just want to make that clear. This is, you can sort of do that, but you have to go in and you have to sort of read what that card is for. And then you can kind of like shorten that a little bit. So hopefully that makes sense. But anyways, having said that, let's take a look at the cards. Very particular style of cards. Okay, that's what I want to say in terms of like what you can do with these cards. Okay, so I think what I want to say, I'm just going to show you the back. It does have borders, okay, just so you can see it has borders at the back. It's not like, you know, there's no reversals, uprights, or reversals in this deck. This is, I think, very supportive to your life, to transforming, to growing, to evolving. I think these are energies of higher beings, higher spiritual beings of divine love and light, particularly tapping into different energies. I'm guessing she channeled these. I'm not really sure. But here are the cards. So they do have a border, as you can see. Unfortunately, the sense I get from the artwork is beautiful, it's fantastic, it's gorgeous, but it's also very, don't know how to say this. I'm gonna say it and it's gonna sound wrong, but I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's almost kind of plasticky and almost kind of like it's not made up. Like, if we look at her, right, like her hair, like that's not normal, what normal human hair does, right? And some of the other ones that I saw, I kind of had like this feel of like wood statues being engraved, or statues being engraved out of wood. I wonder if you can kind of see that even in the detail of her skin and stuff, or his, no, it's a her. Okay, it's just very, not really sure. I do get very kind of gentle, but yet very powerful, very subtle, but quite powerful vibes coming off of this deck as well. I do feel like this is a very powerful deck. Like, it can very well be a powerful deck to work with. in a subtle way, but it almost feels inaccessible for some reason. And I think it's the artwork, because it's so kind of like, while it's kind of human looking, it's not at the same time, because of the way that I guess the art is created. So I didn't mean to kind of show each of the cards. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here, but they almost seem dull, like I don't really know. They're definitely, there's a different aspect to this. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I think these are beautiful cards and the artwork is gorgeous, but it's almost like even the computerized. No, it doesn't look computerized, but look at this. This is a cat, or kind of cat spirit, some sort of cat spirit, but it's probably not a cat spirit. It's just has a face of kind of like a feline, I guess, feline-ish. Anyway, I hope that I'm making sense about the artwork, and like I said, I like it. I'm not saying anything bad against it. I think these cards are gorgeous. I saw them and I thought, I want this in my life. They're beautiful. I love the feel of just kind of the purity. They just feel so pure is what it is. It's almost like there's kind of like the art is very substantial and kind of heavy, and yet there's so much purity and lightness in these cards. So I don't actually want to show all of them. I was just kind of trying to show an example. So I'll just kind of like, I think, do a quick flip. Again, if you want to do an actual high definition flip through, I have them recorded for like computer and laptop TV screens and horizontal recording like this one is. And I also have it recorded for mobile users, like on cell phones. So that if you're using a cell phone, it's much better to see the cards, because they're oriented this way, like kind of like the way that you're watching you can just hold your phone up and the cards will fill your screen, is what I mean. So okay, so these are the cards. Looks like a phoenix rising. I want to read this card. Wonder what that's about. And there we go. Okay, so these are the cards. There's 44 cards in this deck. I do want to say before I think I do, yeah, so to shuffle these, they're quite large. I don't have tiny little hands. These are pretty large. If we take a look at the book, okay, so probably standard, I guess, for Blue Angel, probably. Okay, in terms of shuffling, they're not the wow, nice. They're not the greatest ones to shuffle, not the greatest cards to shuffle. I wonder if you can see if the light is kind of reflecting. There's minimal reflection and glare. They are finished, so they're nice and smooth, but they're not like heavily laminated. So it is thick cardstock as well. These are thick cards. Can you see that? That's one card. Okay, these are very thick, and I find because they're thick and they're stiff, I mean, I can bend it, but they're stiff, they're thick, they're kind of hard to shuffle a little bit, and also large, and just the way they're finished, hard to shuffle. Sometimes like I'll get a card, I'll try to pull a card out, and instead of getting one, I'll get like two cards. And this could be because, or two or more, this could be because I haven't used the deck much. So just to be fair, once I kind of work it and I use it more, it might be a little bit better in terms of that. But I just wanted to throw that out there. But good solid cards, like I feel like they will last a long time. So, you know, you gotta kind of like, if it's like thin card stock, it might be easier to shuffle. But then depending on how it's done, then the cards can get ruined faster. If it's like thicker, then it's harder. So, you know, you gotta choose your battles, I guess. But anyways, so I just kind of wanted to shuffle, and I'm actually gonna take a look at this card on camera because it did pop out. I didn't intend for anything to pop out. What I wanted to do was randomly just kind of grab some cards and show you what it would look like. Let's say you're doing like a reading or something, and you want to put them like side by side. Let me check my camera. I hope that's not crooked. Okay, so like let's say you're just putting these cards side by side and just kind of doing the reading. So that's kind of what they look like. But yeah, they do have the borders. So they are big though, and the images are large. It's not like there's a lot of tiny details that you have to look for. So yes, borders, but big pictures so you can actually see what's going on in the card. There's kind of a lot of detail, but at the same time not. So like, yes, there's a lot of detail in the hair here, for example, but there's not that much going on in this card. So that's kind of what I mean. But anyway, let's take a look because we did get this one flying out. So we have Archon Barbello. I'll just say Archon. Card number 10. And let's see what this one says. Hopefully it's relevant in some way. Okay, your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be gained through an embrace of your life journey, including the deeper experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Okay, and then we have the healing process. So the healing process starts here and goes on to the next page, and then we have this little like, what do you say? And then at the end, give your body some love, self-hug, rest, ground, hydrate. You have completed your healing process. Very cool. So I'm not really sure what this card is all about. I'm going to check it out in more detail later, but oh, I think I just want to read this actually because I started reading it. I call upon the luminous wisdom, grace, and love of our spiritual mother and spiritual father, united in the light of Archon Barbello. I accept the gift of this body, mind, and soul for the spiritual benefit of all beings. I ask for healing, protection, and guidance. May all beings recognize their true spiritual nature and find happiness and freedom through their authentic spiritual journey. This is just beautiful. I'm sorry, but like, man, I have goosebumps again. Very deep deck. So, very, very deep deck. I recommend it if you like Alana Fairchild stuff. If you're drawn to this deck, if you feel like you can connect to this deck, if you want to do some deeper work, or if you just love the artwork, whatever. I don't know. It's something this is a deck I want to work with more. But I think that's it. Don't think there's anything else I really want to talk about with these with this set of cards. So I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, so I'm just thinking if there's anything else, but I'm pretty sure that is it. So I will catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.